Another new kit came out for The Sims 4 this week, and at this point, whenever a new kit drops, half my comments, half my Twitch chat, they're like, wait a minute, there's a kit? They're releasing at such frequency that people just aren't really paying attention to them anymore. So that's an interesting sign. I'm not really the biggest fan of kits either, but this one's actually pretty cute. It's called Decor to the Max, and it's kind of like a maximalist style build kit, and we all know I kind of like to build in The Sims, so this is sort of right up my alley, except I'm not really vibing with the style of it. Like, this isn't really my personal style. I would probably never buy any of these things for my real life house, and I kind of struggled to like fit them together into a house in The Sims, but I did try. In fact, I actually tried to give a new apartment to Penny Pizzazz from City Living because I feel like Penny Pizzazz's original apartment, if you recognize it, is kind of sad. Like, it's kind of empty, it doesn't have much style, it's just not like the best apartment in the game. It's kind of a weird shape too, which I actually really like about it, and so I thought this was a really good opportunity to give Penny a new place because I feel like this sort of furniture, it's very glamorous, it's very bold, that kind of fits in with Penny and like what she does. She's supposed to be like a famous influencer, she wears all these bright colors, like it kind of works with the new kit. So I tried to redecorate Penny's whole apartment using it. Now the apartment is very like black, white, and hot pink themed. That was kind of the vibes that I was going for. You can kind of see it sort of coming together here. Also in this apartment, I only used the base game, City Living, obviously because it's an apartment, you have to, and the new kit. So I didn't use any other packs. I did that on purpose because I was trying to figure out like how I could push this kit to its limits. Like, how could I use this kit in every way possible? I was trying to use all the items. I didn't end up using all the items because some of them just have swatches that do not work the right way. I can kind of show you what happened. I really struggled to fit the rug into here. This is the problem I have with the kit, right? Where it's supposed to be this like maximalist style, and that's awesome. It looks super cool. That's just not my style at all. Like, the wacky patterns, all pattern on pattern, is too much for me. I love a good pattern on pattern sometimes, but like there has to be some cohesion. Like, if you're gonna mix patterns, you gotta like keep the colors the same, you know? And that's just not how the kit works. I really struggled to use a lot of the kit items together. For me, a lot of these items are like individual statement pieces. So going forward, I might use a lot of the wallpapers. I might use the couch, but the couch or the giraffe or whatever is gonna be like the one statement piece. It'll be the accent item, and everything else will be kind of designed around it, as opposed to trying to like mix and match a lot of clashing things. And you might love this style, like you might just adore this. It's just not my vibes, and that's okay. I'm probably never gonna try and use these things all together ever again. I might try and use them separately though, and use them in different places. I really can see myself using a lot of these items, just again, not really together. Like, I'm probably never gonna use that rug with that wallpaper. It just doesn't work. I will say the rug thing was the biggest problem for me probably in designing this place, because I really wanted to use the new rug. I just could not get it to match any of the new stuff. It just was not working for me. I tried it in every single room, like in the living room, in the dining room, in the bedroom. I just couldn't make the new rug work. Something I did do that I absolutely loved though, I think you can see it kind of in the background. I took that new frame item. There's like a new wainscoting frame that we got in this pack. There's one for every wall height. And I put that frame on top of the windows in Penny's apartment. Before, the windows were like gray trim, just big glass panels. And I took that wainscoting and put it on the windows to make them look a little bit fancier. And I think it looks awesome. Like, I just love how those windows look. It completely changes the look of them. And I feel like it's a really good tool to use in like pretty much any of the apartments in San Myshuno, because you can sort of like customize the windows and basically like paint them, because normally you can't change the color of those windows. Like, you can't change the doors either on the outside of the apartment, but you can just like stick a different frame on top of them, and then you can make it hot pink if you wanted to. You could even do that like inside of individual houses if you wanted to have like the kids' bedroom have green windows, but you don't want to have green windows like on the exterior of your building. You could just put the green frame on the inside, and then boom, it looks great. That frame item is so good. That's probably the best part of the kit. I made a video showing off all the objects in the kit the other day, so I can link that down below if you want to see it. Obviously in this video, I'm more so trying to use them. Now you'll see the living room is probably what I had the most difficult time with color scheme wise, because I was really trying to use the new items. I wanted to have like a couch on the back wall with a new mirror above it, TV across from it, and maybe like a couple accent chairs. I just had the hardest time trying to use that new couch. I really want to like it. I like the shape of it a lot. I like the idea of the mixed matched patterns on that couch, but some of the swatches are really truly too much. Like, some of the swatches are so bright. There's too many wacky colors. Like, even the pink swatch, which you would think would work really well in here, the gold accents on it, it's like a pink couch with a gold frame and gold legs, but the gold isn't like a soft gold. It's like an orange. It's like a shiny orange, and it's just too bright for me. You might see it kind of pop up from time to time. Anyway, I wanted to use that couch so bad. I just could not make it fit. I just could not, for the life of me, make it match anything. And that's the problem. Like, I had the hardest hardest time trying to tie that in with the base game furniture I was using. And part of that might be because I was sort of trying to aim for like a more modern apartment with like glam touches. And maybe that couch is leaning like a little bit too traditional. I'm not sure. It kind of has like a weird sort of style to it. I really want to like it. I really do. I just wish that there was some more plain swatches. I know I'm coming in here asking for like plain swatches in the maximalism kit, but I mean, this is the thing. This is how I feel about The Sims just in general. So often, all of the packs are like this, where there's like half or more than half really bold patterns, bold colors, and then like 2 or 3 neutrals and 2 or 3 like plain, not pattern swatches. And so in my head, almost all of the packs are sort of maximalist in this sense. Like so many of the things come with such bold swatches, it can be hard to find like those neutrals to match things with. Now that we got this kit, I'm like, give me the opposite, you know, give me like a more minimalist neutrals kit, please. Because I want to have that option to then tie in with these items. I did a couple sort of tricky things in here though. For example, I used the new floor tiles as a rug because I couldn't find a rug that I liked in this area. So I put that new floor tile down and like pretended it was a rug. I just made like a 2x4 sort of space and put it underneath the coffee table and implied that it was a rug even though it's actually floor tiles. And that's kind of useful because then you can get like different custom sizes of rugs instead of just having that one that we have that came with the pack and then sizing it up or down. With the tiles, you can sort of make any custom one you want. You just can't place it on half tiles, obviously, because you're sort of stuck with the grid that we're on. But I mean, there's pros and cons to both. Other con of this pack is that beautiful new gallery wall item. You can't size it up or down because there's a mirror on it. So if you didn't know, you can't size up and down mirrors in The Sims. If you try to, the reflection stays in the same spot. And then when you size it up, it'll like make a big hole, basically, or size it down, it leaves a hole, basically. And so you can't size up or down that new gallery wall thing because it contains a mirror. It doesn't like function like a mirror. My chat kept asking about that. So no, you can't like change your Sim's appearance in it, but it does function like a mirror in the sense that you can see reflections in it. Like when you move the camera around, you'll see a reflection, and that's why you can't change the size of it. Not necessarily a bad thing. I do like that it has a mirror. It looks really cool, but it is kind of limiting that you can't size it up and down, but I understand. It's the same reason that, for example, you can't size up and down like a candle. I mean, you can, but when you size the candle down, the flame will stay in the same place because that flame is animated. Or like a fountain, if you try and size down the fountain, the water will stay up where it was before because the water is animated. The mirror is the same thing. Also, I'm noticing now that I did give Penny Pizzazz the most expensive kitchen appliances in the game. Now, does she need a 14,000 simoleon fridge? Probably not. Does she even cook that much? You know, probably not. And yet, she's got a really nice apartment. It is really fancy in here. I wanted to use black appliances, but there's not a lot of good options for that are like not ugly in the base game, unfortunately. I don't really notice that because I just always go for stainless steel or just like the cheaper white ones. I've not really tried to do black appliances that often, and so I didn't realize that there's just not a lot of good options. I will say though, I think that this apartment, not like my renovation of it, but just in general, this apartment, this location, and this shape is probably one of my favorite apartments in The Sims 4. I love the smaller apartments. I always think this, like so many of the apartments in The Sims 4 are just way too big. This one was great. This is a fantastic size. You could easily fit 2 bedrooms and have like a small living space. This is way more up my alley. I hate the giant ones. There's so many just massive apartments with massive walls. They're like double wall height. It's just hard to furnish those kinds of things, and it's not very realistic. I mean, places like that do exist, but the majority of apartments in San Myshuno are huge, and that's just not the vibes that I'm going for. I want my Sims to live in way smaller apartments normally. We did get apartments when Eco Lifestyle came out. We got some more, which sort of leads me to believe that maybe in the future we'll get some more apartments and not just have like a couple worlds that have them, because I really like the idea of apartments. I really do. They're so much fun to play in and to build, so I sort of like desperately want to see more of them in future packs. Sims team, if you're listening, please. I would love some more teeny tiny apartments. This one's not even tiny. It's actually really big. Like I've got a full-on dining room in this apartment. It's actually giant, but I find myself constantly playing in just like the same couple apartments because the walls are better height and the size is a little bit better. So I'd love to see some more options in the future. Anyway, I'm doing the bedroom now, and the bedroom I really struggled with because I was trying to use that rug still. You know, we had based this whole apartment on this sort of like pink and greeny dark colors kind of vibe, and I wanted to sort of continue that in this bedroom, but the rug just doesn't work. I think the white was really throwing us off. My chat was like, oh, use that rug and use the peach bed. bed. And I was like, it just doesn't like match the rest of the apartment. I really, really had a hard time trying to fit it. I ended up just not using the rug at all. And it's weird because I think that rug is probably one of my favorite items in the whole pack. I just don't think I like that rug with the other items in the pack. Alone, she is fantastic, but together with like the other wallpapers, I have a hard time fitting it together. And again, that's because it's just really not my style, like these like mixed matched patterns, just I don't really like them together. My chat was kind of angry about that too. Not that I didn't like them, but that I was not using the pack in the way that the promo images were. And here's my thing about that, right? If I used the pack the way that the promo images are, it would all look the same, right? Like I'm trying to mix and match the pack with other items to sort of like build out my own style and make like a sort of more unique look instead of just using the same items the same way they did in the promo pictures, because then it would all be the exact same because there's just a few things in the pack, you know, it's not a very big kit. So I was really trying to like blend this pack with my personal style, or, you know, what I imagined Penny Pizzazz's personal style could be. And I think that's the best way to do it because I'm never ever going to use the pack with all these things at once. I just won't. I don't think I like that at all, but I might use it like this, maybe a little bit less than this and trying to like blend it in with stuff. So that's more what I was going for. I was trying to blend it with other things that we have. You know what? Looking at this apartment next to that hallway is kind of jarring. Like this really fancy, modern, like upscale apartment next to the dirty green carpet in the hallway. I respect it. I do. The green actually kind of matches like the green of the leaves and the birds in the wallpaper. So maybe it works. Anyway, if you like stuff like this, if you like building in The Sims, I post videos doing this all of the time. Like literally every day I post Sims videos on YouTube. And I also stream The Sims all the time on Twitch. My name is just lilsimsie on Twitch. Same as here. I'm easy to find everywhere. Instagram, Twitter is all the same social media handle. So if you want to tune into those things, I can link some stuff down below for you. Feel free to drop by. And we're pretty much closing out the end of the apartment here. I'm just adding in a few like finishing touches. You can see I put like a fancy mirror by the door. I had a lot of fun doing that, like throwing in some really glamorous touches. And also the mirror like kind of matches the giraffe statue on the table with the TV. I thought it looked pretty cool. I know it's silly that I was getting excited about that, but I thought it looked pretty cool. And now the apartment is pretty much done. I'm gonna pop into the game and give you like a proper tour of it. So Penny lives in this building in San Myshuno. She's got this apartment. You might recognize it because she's a townie. And Penny is the source of the coolest happenings. And now she's got a more appropriate apartment for it. So when you first walk in, unfortunately the front door is a bit sad, but that's just how the front door works. The apartment's kind of a weird shape. You can see this isn't actually mine. That's the elevator for the whole building. So we have that weird cutout and the door is right next to it. And then I can't change the color of the door, unfortunately. So we're stuck with it like this. But you walk into a really, really fancy living room. You can see I've got this really nice laid out space. We have the tigers on the wall. Had a very hard time finding a couch that kind of matched the vibes, but I'm pretty happy with this one. And I love the mirror above it. And we have this huge TV across from it. I mean, that's just a really nice space. It's not a ton of walking space, like it's not a great entry, but it's a great livable space for your Sims. And then I put this kind of interesting wall divider in between the couch and the kitchen. Kitchen's not huge. I mean, it's just some counter space with some open shelving. There's no upper cabinets. I thought it looked pretty nice like that. And I put a mirrored backsplash. I think that helps like really make the space feel bright. To the left, we've got a super cute dining room. I did this first. This was kind of like the whole inspiration for the apartment, but we've got a really big dining table. I guess Penny entertains. Maybe she cooks with her fancy stuff and has dinner parties to the friends that she doesn't have. She knows one person who's probably the landlord. She also has a small bathroom. I really, really liked this bathroom. I put like the black and white combo. It's like the mixed match patterns. See, again, where it's the same color, but different patterns. I think that works. It's just hard to put like pattern on pattern when they're so opposite. Like it kind of clashes. You need to have some cohesion, I feel like. And I like how this looks. And I love the yellow towel. We were also joking about the mirrored backsplash behind the shower and how like horrible that would be to shower in there because nobody needs to see that up close. No one needs to be looking at themselves that much in the shower. But hopefully it'll like fog up fast, you know? Don't worry about it. It does look cool though. Penny also has a fancy star mirror because, you know, she's a star, or a level 8 internet personality. Would you call me a level 8 internet personality? I don't know about 8. Maybe I'll give myself 7. I'm a level 7 internet personality. I'm sorry, that's cringe. This is her bedroom though. She's got like that same fancy wallpaper. I love how the pink sort of drew out the pink in the bed, like that hot pink, and then the light pink in the walls. And honestly, a little bit of yellowy beige in these lamps next to these flowers. I don't know. I thought it worked. And again, I didn't put the rug because I just couldn't find a rug that worked. But she's got some cool artwork in here and like a little desk corner with some more mirrors. A lot of mirrors in this apartment. And that's pretty much the whole place. I feel like it's a very realistic layout too. Like in real life, this seems like a thing that you might find. If I were to do it again, I might even switch this to have like a second bedroom right here. I mean, I know it would be a lot smaller, but I might like stick a bathroom between them and have 2 bedrooms with like a Jack and Jill bathroom. But Penny lives alone, so she doesn't need that. But I love to make small apartments, so I would be totally down to find out a way to do something like that instead. Anyway, that's the whole video. That's the whole house. I'm curious to hear your thoughts on the kit. I know I said that I wanted to like play with it before I made some final opinions. Well, what I actually said was, would I buy the kit if I wasn't a YouTuber? Maybe not, but I would wait and like watch some YouTube videos building with it before I decided. I think now, final thoughts, I probably still wouldn't buy this kit if I wasn't a YouTuber. I just don't see myself using these items often enough to justify the price. I like them all. I really do. I like all of the kits that Sims 4 has made. I don't think any of them are bad by any means. Like, I really think they all contain good items. They just don't all appeal to me personally, and they probably don't appeal to you either. There's gonna be some that you love and some that you don't love as much. And this one's one of those where I'm like, it's pretty good, but is it worth $5? I don't know. Maybe, but it probably wouldn't be my first choice. Anyway, I will link that like original review overview kind of thing of the kit that I made 2 days ago down below for you. If you like this video, feel free to like, maybe subscribe, I don't know, leave a comment. I'm actually curious, what are your thoughts on this kit? Because I know that a lot of people like love this style. I'm not bashing it at all. It's very pretty. I just probably won't use it that much. So I'm curious, what are your thoughts? Where do you sort of fall in that? And with that being said, I'll catch you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Now I'm gonna go do laundry. I know, very exciting. I bet you're jealous.